Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Girls who have been cheated on and stayed with their partner, please help. I've been with my boyfriend for 10 months. About 4 months ago he was on his phone next to me and girls' nudes came up in his camera roll. It absolutely killed me, but I stuck around. I had a horrible gut feeling for months afterwards that something else was going on. I sat and cried to this boy and begged for him to tell me about anything else that had happened, and he swore he hadn't done anything else. On my birthday he left his phone in my bag and I went to the bathroom. It wasn't right of me to check his phone, but I did, and seen that he had been messaging other girls literally our entire relationship. Most of these girls weren't even interested, but he was persistent as stuck with them. I only found this out last week and things haven't really been the same. We've spoken about it and he's deleted his old social media and created new ones to try and put my mind at ease, but I don't really know where to go from here. I know it's going to be hard to feel like things are normal again. I don't really know what normal is, since the entire relationship has been pretty much a lie. I love him to pieces, but I honestly don't know where to go from here. I feel like I'm being harsh when I bring it up constantly, but I just don't trust him at all anymore. Does anyone have any tips or advice on how to get around this type of thing? I'm devastated. Leave him ASAP. Like, why do you want to be in a relationship with that trash? He has been unfaithful the entire time. Just be glad that you only were together for 10 months and not 10 years. I feel like it's almost my fault. I know I've done nothing wrong. All of these girls looked pretty much the same, nothing like me. His type is blonde, skinny girls, and I feel like if I looked like that his head wouldn't have been turned, almost like he missed interacting with people who are actually his type. I'm sorry, but you seriously need to value yourself a bit more than that. It is not your fault that your boyfriend is a total cheating loser. I know it is hard, I have been there. Leave him, rebuild yourself, and then find someone who values you and love you. Nah, it doesn't matter what you look like. If people like Beyonce, Halle Berry, Jennifer Aniston, and J.Lo get cheated on, looks obviously do not play a part. The decision to cheat is made actively and without care for the cheater's partner. Damn near every betrayed partner I've talked to says that they feel like it's their fault in some way. If I had sex more / if I lost weight / if I hadn't argued about this / if I had indulged in their kinks / if I had more time / if I made more money / if I was prettier / etc. It's all bullshit. The fault lies 100% with the person, too cowardly to break up and too selfish to care about the pain they were inflicting. We all look different, and this is all the fun. A dark curvaceous brunette has a different beauty than a fairy redhead or whatever. The mountains are beautiful, the ocean is beautiful, a tulip is beautiful, and an apple tree, too. You cannot have all the beauty in the world combined in one person. Everyone is a certain type. And you are beautiful too, and someone will love the kind of beauty you have. Hey. We all know that this is not done with turn around and leave, and your hurt and feelings are all over the place, and you are so hurt it will take more time to heal from this. Only this will start when you leave this. Come on, take my hand, take our hand and leave him. I'm scared of having no one but myself. I feel like I sound so dramatic, like I'll stop breathing if I leave, but my chest feels tight if I even think of it. I love how supportive everyone is on here, and I don't want to waste anyone's time because I know I'm a doormat to this boy. Hey, sweetheart, come on. It's an early relationship and they can go wrong when we carry our ballast into them and wish someone else would heal us. Yes, persons can be good or detrimental to our mental well-being, but if you give someone so much power over you, you should first let them prove they are worthy. I cannot see that this guy is a supporting and helpful figure in your life. First, it will be hard, but you need to take another path, eventually leading to a more stable and comforting situation. Yourself is a lot to have. If I may make a suggestion, have a look at You Can Do All Things by the latest Kate. The struggle you feel is shared by others, but you can learn to be happier only with yourself, heart. Thank you so much, frown. It hurts me that it feels easier to break myself in order to fix something than it does in order to fix myself and give myself the respect I deserve. I really appreciate your time to respond. Thank you, heart. Yes, I understand. Sometimes we demand too much from us, because we hope we then can fix an unhealthy situation. Or sometimes you might hope you would be the reason for change. The more damaged we feel yourself, the more willing we are to see damage in others and be overly forgiving when they act out on us. Important is, he acted out on you, did not have your best interest in mind. And then what do you want to build trust on? If you have few experiences with better relationships, it can be even more difficult to withstand. But you can do this. I full-heartedly believe in you and your power to care for yourself. I fit that category, but my partner and I had been together for 12 years before he wandered. You're not even a year in and your BF was already looking elsewhere. If you want to try and reconcile this with him, it takes a lot of effort. I'm talking about daily conversations, individual therapy for both. He'll need to go no contact with anyone he has reached out to, he'll need to give you complete transparency with his devices, basically an open pass for your snooping. Even then, this may not be salvageable in the end. Betrayal cuts deep, and forces you to reevaluate every aspect of the relationship. So in this case, the whole thing. The experts say that infidelity takes 2 to 5 years to heal from infidelity in a relationship, and that's a long time to spend on a relationship that's so young, and so without respect for you. Even though I am actively reconciling with my partner, I can't in good faith recommend that you stay with yours. At least take some time apart from him, so you can soothe that hole in your chest, without him in your face making your heart and brain go crazy. You might find that not being with him isn't so scary after all, because you are worth so much more than what he has given you. I'm so glad that you replied. I've found it hard to find other people who have stayed in a relationship where there is infidelity. He changed his phone password the day after I told him I'd seen everything, which is giving me further red flags. I just know that when I did my snooping there wasn't any images like I'd seen a few months prior, so me being an idiot thought that he had learned his lesson about that since he'd been caught. I don't think I'm going to be able to look at him the same. I feel like I've wasted my time and effort, frown. So he is actively hiding his phone content from you. If he had nothing more to hide, it would be unlocked and available for you to browse at any time, even if just for your peace of mind. The simple fact that he is keeping you out means that there's a reason for that. How does he react when you bring it up? Does he try to sweep it under the rug? Does he get defensive, or does he respond with absolute love and support? Yesterday he created a new Snapchat, that's the social media he was reaching out to other girls on, and he showed me all the people he had added onto that account. He went through who each female was and how he knew them. I know most of them myself, so I was okay with that. He reacts differently to different topics. If I speak about how hurt I am or how I feel like I could have done better, he's really loving and supporting. If I speak about not knowing what to do, he said he'll support me no matter what, and he's apologized profusely and said he's willing to do whatever it takes to mend things. However, if I mention about how it's weird his phone has a new password on already and that it looks like he's up to no good, he gets really annoyed, says he's not doing anything wrong. He gets really annoyed if I say that there's the possibility that he could go and sleep with someone else. He says that's too far and that it would kill him. I wouldn't say he gets angry about this one, but he does get a bit blunt/upset when he asks if I'm ever going to trust him again also. Honey, I have been through this before myself. He is doing the bare minimum. Showing you his snap to make himself look trustworthy, but then changing his password is such a sneaky manipulative tactic out of the playbook. He is now able to play on your own insecurity. The one that makes you feel like maybe you're being unreasonable, which is absurd. It is not your job to make yourself trust him again. It is his. Why in the world would you trust him if he is pulling this shit already? Speak up for yourself. And I know it's hard to even think about, but the best thing you could do is leave, because as time goes on it only gets harder. And the next time you forgive him it will only make him bolder. And I can almost promise you that there will be a next time. I'm screenshotting this so I can keep going back to it when I need it. Frown. I've already said I think he'll do it again or do worse. I'm so sorry you are going through it. I can remember the pain like it was yesterday. I had been with him for 5 years before I finally left, even though he showed me who he was within the first year. But I was 18 when we met and I was naive and hopeful and in love, and it absolutely wrecked me. The thing is, it's not just the relationship that deteriorates. We ourselves do too. It eats away at your self-confidence until you truly believe that this is your fault and you would be lucky if anybody would want you. But that is not true. I promise it will get better. Now I'm in my 30s and I know what I bring to the table. I don't tolerate shit from anyone. And now I have been with a wonderful man for almost a decade who makes me feel like I am perfect. I truly believed that was something I could never have. This is only the beginning. Do you have any support system? I knew there would be defensiveness somewhere, and honestly that last bit sounds like manipulation, whether that be intended or unintended. There is a 0% chance that you can trust him right now, and the only way you could trust him in the future is after literal years of honesty, transparency, and consistent behavior from him, and even then there's no guarantee that you could believe in him again. For him to even ask you that is a slap to the face, and him being annoyed that you see his secretive behaviors as being secretive tell me he has no plan to change, and is likely lying low until he thinks he can get away with it again. Look, I know how scary it is to purposefully lose someone you love, but there are vastly better men out there who would respect you, and be loyal. You deserve that, and if this dude can't even stay loyal in the first year, do you really expect him to make it through your entire lives together without doing this shit again? I'm so sorry you're going through this. I found out I was cheated this May. I don't know how long it went on, but my guess is since last winter. You mentioned he deleted his old social media accounts and made new ones. My ex told me he deleted his social media, but I later found out he had blocked me on social media and was already Facebook official with the girl he was cheating on me with. For at least 3 months. Please consider that your BF could be doing the same. Telling you he has new accounts is a great way for him to keep you satisfied with his social media activity while continuing to cheat with other women on his old accounts. It also sounds like your boyfriend might be trying to put the blame on you, saying you're worrying about it too much, overthinking, or saying you're being too harsh on him. In a healthy loving relationship, someone will listen to and validate your feelings. They won't try to blame you for having them. I say this from experience. My ex gaslighted me constantly and I didn't even realize it until after the relationship was over. I know it's hard, but please listen to your gut and seriously consider leaving him. I left my ex and am starting to build up my self-confidence and my own validation. The more time I spend away from the relationship, the more I realize how unhealthy it was. If you can afford it, start seeing a therapist. Doing this has helped me tremendously, especially in understanding why I felt I had to stay in my relationship when he treated me poorly. Yes, it's scary, but please, 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 choose yourself now. You come first now, not him, and you don't deserve to be cheated on. If you're not ready to leave yet, stop doing things for him. If there's no chance he'll become violent, stop cooking for him. Stop buying him stuff. Stop saying no to other plans because of him. Start finding hobbies for yourself and start making friends in your area. Meetup is great for finding virtual and socially distanced events to meet new people. Start taking walks or exercising on your own. Spend as much time away from him as possible. Be prepared to hear him complain about this, but do it anyway. If he really is invested in this relationship, he will be happy to cater to your needs, especially as a way to apologize for hurting you. I suspect he won't behave that way, and that will be a huge red flag. As you start living life for yourself, you will find strength in yourself and the time will come when you're ready to leave. You got this. You are strong enough to put yourself first. And you will find that learning to love yourself is the most fulfilling experience of your life. You have value and are complete all on your own. No man required. Thank you so much for replying. I appreciate it so much. I had mentioned to him about the fact I don't think I could put as much of myself into things as I used to, cooking, spending money etc., and this really upset him. Said that he wouldn't be getting the same out of me anymore and what's the point in me even trying blah blah blah. I even showed him a reply on here from another person who offered some advice and he kicked off saying that I shouldn't have to have his phone passwords even though that's not the point I was making. I was highlighting the communication that needs to go into these things. I'm really not sure what to do. I must look like a psychopath because I've messaged all the girls I know asking if there was anything further. Also I really hope you're doing well after what happened in Mend prior, heart. I am doing much better since the relationship ended in May. Thanks for checking. I feel like a new version of myself. Although it's different from who I used to be, I feel so much less anxiety and a lot more freedom. Again, therapy has been a huge help. From your description of how he's reacting to your feelings of wanting to do more things you love, it does sound like he's behaving selfishly. Like he only wants you to do stuff that benefits him. That's very similar to how my relationship was. If you can, start making small choices every day that are for your benefit. Don't even tell him about it. Just start taking baby steps on your own for yourself, whether he complains about it or not. As an adult, that's something he should be able to handle maturely. If he doesn't, observe quietly and take that as a sign. The more you're able to see his immature reactions and quietly store that information away in your mind, the closer you get to standing up for yourself and seeing the possibility of leaving as a good thing for you. I know this is hard, so don't be hard on yourself, but try to be realistic with yourself about how he's truly treating you versus how you truly want to be treated in a relationship. This was me for the first 2 years of my 4-year relationship. I loved him too much to let go. But what ended up happening is that I ended up resenting him, consciously and unconsciously. While he did shape up and realize he never wanted to lose me, the damage was done and I couldn't let go. I'm not saying it's impossible, like I said my ex did become fully loyal to me after the last chance. I'm just saying this will take a toll on you personally which you may not realize. Did you find out things gradually or all at once? Because he's telling me he's going to be loyal and this will be like the 4th/5th chance I've gave him. I can already see myself as a different person. I don't feel warm anymore. I am so sorry I never responded. I'm not used to people replying to my comments, haha. If by gradually you mean finding different instances at different times, then yes. I caught him like 5 times before we took a break and he realized I didn't want to lose me and that's when he shaped up. There is a subreddit for people to work on reconciliation after cheating, but I don't think you should stay. After only 10 months I think you should break up. These videos really helped me. I hope they help you too. Girl, get the heck out of this relationship. Do not try to make excuses for such horrible behavior. It will happen again, especially while still being in the honeymoon phase. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with him. Do not try to fix him, he needs to fix himself. Don't stick around, there are far too many good men out there to put up with absolute crap from one that's not good. He ain't it, sis, purple heart, purple heart, purple heart. Where the hell is your self-respect? You sound really young, and it's pretty obvious you have no life experience at all, because if you did, you'd never settle for this bottom-feeding piece of human garbage. Stop acting like a desperate welcome mat for someone who can't even show you the same respect most of us show the common housefly. Find your dignity and move on. I only turned 20 on the day that I found out. I'm heartbroken. I don't know why I'm finding it so hard to let go. I've had so many people tell me to pack up and leave, but the thought petrifies me. I have pretty much no one. All my friends live ages away. This Redditor frequently yells at people being cheated on as being too weak and uses insults and tough love. If it is too hard for you and doesn't help you now, that is okay, too. So-called tough love is definitely not always helpful and empowering, can be damaging and isn't welcome in most support subs for reasons. If it helps you partially, take this part, but if it drags you down massively, feel free to also just leave it aside. I don't think I needed tough love, I needed advice that made me feel warm and listened to. Thank you, heart. Oh honey, you don't need anyone else when you have a good relationship with yourself. Start slow, listen to your body, take note of your thoughts, give yourself all the comforts you can manage. When you begin to trust that you can take care of you, and you know what's best for you, you will find the strength you need to make changes that seem too scary now. Your relationship with yourself is the key to unlocking all the power and security you'll ever need, my darling. Thank you, Frown. I think I need to put myself first, heart. Definitely. You got this, heart. Just take it all nice and slow, don't jump into the future because you'll frighten yourself. One thing at a time, lots of comfort along the way. Officially over. It's true, once a cheat. Always a cheat. Rant. 26th August last year on my birthday I discovered my, now ex-boyfriend was cheating on me with multiple women. It crushed me, the worst pain I have ever felt for a long time, yet I chose to stay and try to forgive/forget. It turned me into a completely different person. I lost myself trying to keep tabs open on him all the time so I couldn't miss any signs. What kills me is the amount of times he looked me in the eye and promised me that he would never do anything to lose me again and that he wouldn't be stupid enough to risk losing the person he wanted his life with. 2 days ago he posted something on Facebook and a girl commented saying he needed to stop being a hypocrite and delete his fake account first. Naturally I messaged her asking for more detail on what she had said. I was then shown screenshots of a fake Snapchat profile he had been using to cheat on me. May I add that one of the instances he cheated on me was the day before I had to bury my gran. He refused to admit it when I rang him. I blocked him on all social media and deleted all my photos straight away. I got a text the next day from one of my friends saying he had messaged her asking her to let me know that he would have given me an apology or explanation, but he didn't want to, and to let me know I'm not as beautiful as I think I am. I'm angry, so ducking angry and hurt that he could do this to me again after he saw what it did to me the first time. The healing is so painful, I wake up and my chest feels tight straight away. I can't eat and I can't stop thinking about him. I'd do anything to not love him at all anymore. I'm sorry op. Based on my personal experience, it's true that once a cheat is always a cheat. Expect that you will be in an ugly and nasty roller coaster emotional ride and will be stuck in a rabbit hole. As such, you need a lot of mental energy and stability to deal with it. I'm still riding that coaster and crawling my way out of my rabbit hole for 5+ years now and can't find the end of it. Wishing you all the luck. I wish you all the best. Thank you for commenting. You may be confident that you'd never do it again. But you've shown that you're capable of being extremely deceptive for 6 whole months. I wouldn't rule out that you're more than capable of self-deception as well. You are a known liar. It's good that you are working on improving yourself, but inside you is the capacity to do great harm. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I definitely prefer once a cheater, always capable of cheating. Because that is absolutely true. Sure, people change, but if you have done it once, you are absolutely capable of doing it again. Yes, I'm physically capable of doing it again. I'm in therapy to ensure I rebuild myself with the right values to catch myself if I ever get close. The level of pain it causes, the loss of self-respect, the crushing remorse for hurting someone you love, it's unbearable. Never again. Constant vigilance. And that's the thing. Because cheaters are deeply flawed, they have to actually stop themselves, instead of knowing where the line is and not even getting close to it. I can say with absolute certainty I will never cheat on my husband. It makes me uncomfortable to even get hit on by other guys. So I know I would never cross that boundary. I don't even have to think about if something I'm doing is appropriate or not. As far as cheating goes, I think it also has to do with what kind of cheater they are. A full-blown affair is obviously different from an ONS where the wayward confesses right away. They are both extremely traumatic for being betrayed, and both are horrible people for doing that to their partner, but someone who carried on an affair is way more likely to cheat again because it was a very calculated transgression with sometimes hundreds of lies. And then there are serial cheaters, who will just duck anyone who isn't their partner. I find it hard to believe that someone like that can truly change. Calculated transgression with sometimes hundreds of lies. This was me. At the time, I didn't even feel bad. I justified it in so many ways, because my needs aren't being met. Cognitive dissonance is very strong. I was so wrong, and my behavior, lying and hiding it, in retrospect was awful. But now, after seeing the impact and her emotional devastation, after empathizing through months of individual therapy, I will never do that again, not even close. I'll never truly know if I've changed until I face that situation again and make a different decision, but I'm disgusted now by my past behavior and am committed to living differently. What's the difference between a full-blown affair and an ONS? A lot more lies are involved with a full-blown affair. There are multiple points at which your partner is lying to you. They are having a whole relationship with someone else. That's a huge difference versus an ONS where the wayward confesses right away emo. Notice I did not say or imply that the betrayed should not feel betrayed with an ONS, but that type of cheater is way less likely to cheat again when they confess because they are extremely remorseful versus a cheater that didn't care and had an affair. Oh, I see. I agree with you. Agreed. People can change with therapy and deep reflection. I'd never come close to doing that ever again in my entire life. Taking responsibility for your actions and going forward positively is the only thing we can do. Man, here it's not the place for this conversation. Your point is validity, although saying this in response to Op, who just now shared their history with cheating, like, you can complain about the vernacular all you want, but to do this here, in a moment like now, it's mad disrespectful. Why are you picking this moment to defend yourself rather than empathize with this person who is in obvious pain? Her post wasn't a direct attack on you, she was posting about her situation. People who cheat have a chronic need to defend their ego when threats to them aren't even on the horizon. When you do this in this manner on posts like this, it looks like a ploy for ego kibbles. You missed her point entirely. She's devastated. Speak to that first next time before defending yourself, and people will be able to connect with you more. I gave a chance to my ex. Not long into our new relationship, she's at it again with a different person. I'm glad you somehow managed to change, but you are an extreme anomaly. BTW, I found that cheaters tend to gravitate to each other. My ex-best friend is also a cheater and has cheated multiple times, most likely doing it again, to her partner. That guy is far worse than I am. There is no longer life on his eyes and just living, albeit a pitiable and miserable life, for his daughter. Then you would be the very small exception to the rule. Also, do not speak for the future. How you feel now isn't how you will feel years from now. You admit that you have cheated and you are remorseful, but did you tell your partner that you cheated? Or did they find out on their own? Because one has a better chance of being successful and one doesn't. I truly hope that you do reform your ways and understand just how deeply you can hurt someone. But do not tell people who can see with their own eyes that the majority of cheaters continue to cheat long after they have said "I won't do it again" to stop repeating a phrase that continues to be true. Drop him, but also the friend that would pass such a message to you. That's what I thought to tell Op too. Like, my friends made it a point not to tell me anything to avoid hurting me. Her friend feels comfortable to go with such a message? No. I certainly got the vibe that she enjoyed comforting me after telling me what he had said. Logging in for updates on the situation as though my life is a soap opera. Right? Like there is no reason to pass on the part about him saying she isn't as beautiful as she thinks she is. It sounds like the friend was just trying to hurt Op. First of all, Op, I am sorry you are going through this. You didn't deserve this. No one deserves this. I truly hope you know this was not your fault. Nothing you did or didn't do it's the cause for your ex-partner cheating, the only cause was his desire to do so. Second, your ex's comment about your appearance was nothing more than a tactic to make you insecure. If he went to such extreme measures to make you feel bad about yourself is because truly he is the insecure one. I bet my life on the fact that you gorgeous, like way out of his league and that he spend a lot of energy to make you not recognize that, to make you not know you can do better, because you can do better and he knows it and he is insecure about it and know he is spending his energy to make you not be with someone better, not just more good looking but that actually loves you and makes you feel loved. Because as soon as you appear with a more handsome and more human BF/GF he will have to confront the fact that he wasn't good enough for you and he is not ready for that. Don't listen to him he is an insecure dick and you deserve so much more. You are gorgeous and he knows it and doesn't want you to know it as well. Third, you have to terminate the contract with this friend or establish boundaries. You will not heal if your insecure ex has access to you and can say to you all this nasty shit. You have to tell this friend, and the other friends that you two have in common, that you will not receive any messages for him and you truly appreciate your friends for respecting that. If they don't, either cut them out or call them out and repeat the boundary one more time. If they continue to disrespect your boundaries, cut them out. You deserve better. You deserve to be loved, actually loved. You deserve to feel secure. You deserve someone loyal, someone that will hear you out and that will help you out. You deserve love. You deserve way better than your ex could ever give to you and you are gonna find that, but not in him. Please don't go back. Take your time, heal, and become ready to be loved again, because love is coming your way. I appreciate this comment so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. As someone going through the same thing right now, I took this comment for myself as well. He is slime, honey. I know it hurts now but you dodged a bullet. You found out before you married him. You may not believe it right now, but there will come a time when all you feel concerning him is relief that you cut him out of your life. God bless. It scares me that if I hadn't found out I would have spent my life with him regardless of how much pain I endured over 2 years. I can't wait for the day I'm sat laughing about it with my future partner. That day will come. Just like the day will come when he realizes what he had and that he blew it. That's another thing playing on my mind. Am I spiteful for wanting him to be absolutely inconsolable about what's happened? Absolutely heartbroken and can't forget what I looked like, smelled like, etc.? There's a huge part of me that doesn't think he'll be bothered at all even in a month's time. No hun, it's quite normal to feel vengeful. You have been hurt about as badly as one can be by someone who was supposed to love and protect you. That includes your feelings. If a man loses a good woman and doesn't feel a loss, it just means he's either stupid or narcissistic or both. These types of people always end up badly. I'm 57 and if I've learned anything in this world is that bad behavior ends up being its own punishment eventually. You don't have to do anything. He'll screw up his own existence just fine on his own. The best revenge is moving on and showing him he is inconsequential to you. Hang tough hun. There are good men out there. You are out, that is what matters. In time this will pass. Why would your friend pass along that message? I honestly didn't realize the shadiness from my friend until people pointed it out. Naive, I know. There is the chance that your friend is also naive. In a way, passing the message served a purpose. It showed how shitty he is. So if the message wasn't passed and he later reattempted a reconciliation, you wouldn't have this extra piece of info to add to the already massive pile of things you have against him, but every bit counts, I guess. But this message was 100% an attempt to hurt you. In her situation I wouldn't have passed it along, or at least I would warn you that he wanted to pass a message but that it was just insulting comments. About the contents of the message, after posting I saw others pointing it out, but I would like to keep reinforcing it in your head. It's just petty bitterness from someone who didn't get his way. In his mind, you were supposed to stay by his side no matter what because he is so great. Disregard what you were told. It was a garbage comment by a garbage man. Thank you. I believe she meant well, just not very well executed. I can imagine it was a comment to hurt me after being told multiple times in the relationship that he was punching. Not familiar with the expression he was punching, not a native English speaker. I know it's easier said than done not paying attention to the comments he made. It might take time, just make sure whenever the thoughts resurface to know that they are not true. Other than that, just do the usual for these situations, keep busy, do exercise, read good books, get in touch with friends and find a good hobby if you don't have one. Don't look back. You will get over this and you will find someone better, not that he set the bar too high. This may be what you need to know about cheaters. It isn't ever about you being enough. It is about them never having enough. Now you can let yourself off the hook. Now you can close this door because the person you lived with was never that person to begin with. All you've lost is someone acting a part. Next time, you can look for an emotionally supportive and generous person who is the real deal. I always said I had nothing more to give him other than the clothes off my back. Trash is trash. You were a constant in his life he could fall back on whenever he wanted to for emotional and physical needs. He never respected you or took anything in the relationship seriously. A narcissist is pure and simple, and his childish behavior after the fact proves it. Good for you for kicking him to the curb. It's not easy to do and takes a lot of willpower and mental energy. You made the right choice, and as painful as it is now, this too shall pass and good things will be around the corner. I am still healing from when my fiancée cheated on me with her co-worker, but it's getting better week by week. I'm happy I cut her off and realized that nothing in our relationship meant anything to her if she could discard us so easily. Which is what he did to you. Cheating just shows you the true character of the person, and they are always sorry that they got caught, never sorry that they cheated, and will 999 1,000ths reoffend if given the chance. I'm so sorry you have to go through this, but you took the first step toward recovery. We have your back and best of luck to you. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best with your healing also. Please don't fall into the trap of believing a single word he says. He's gone out of his way to be duplicitous. Secret fake Snapchat account? Now that is a second level of falsehood. Also, don't feel especially put out by him cheating instead of consoling you over the passage of your gran. Pure narcissistic behavior. Why worry about the GF's feelings? I'm getting it anyway, even if she's distraught and likely not interested. Everything is all about me. I think I'll just throw some personal body image insults via a roundabout route, and just generally be an arsepick about the whole thing. Judging from the scumbaggery that went on, he's managed to achieve new levels of arspickery. The order of the sticky fingers. I understand how being treated so cavalierly and having your trust abused repeatedly, you have been left conflicted. You did care for him, and he obviously was just using you. He doesn't deserve love from you. He deserves May. The opposite of love is indifference. I've read it here sometimes. Anger is too much energy to waste on a waste of skin. Please engage in activities that will improve your existence. Engage with your family and friends. Get out and exercise. Walk, cycle, run. Take up yoga or meditation, or both. Wishing you healthy and calm healing from this bad time. Thank you for commenting. I agree that the fake Snapchat is a different type of sly. He used to tell me after the first instance of cheating, well, at least I didn't sleep with someone. I see no difference at all in either action personally. An emotional affair is almost worse than a physical one. You invest emotion, energy, time, care in an AP and thus, take those away from your BS. Be well. You could look like the ripe side of a baboon's ass and still be more beautiful than someone with an ugly ass heart. He just can't stand it that you blocked him, and is doing anything to get your goat or whatever that saying is. Tell your friend that you don't want any more correspondence, and let the healing process begin, heart. And to let me know I'm not as beautiful as I think I am. Gooding riddance to that self-centered piece of trash. It's day 3. Still the first thing I thought about when I woke up, but the sinking feeling wasn't as intense as yesterday. Good riddance indeed. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.